Why did you go? Just saying, all right, fuck it. You just, you know. Hot movement changed. The change gonna make noise, so you can't use it. Hey, the mic is off. The mic's not popped up. It should be popped up. It's live. Let me see. See, it's live. It didn't pop on yours. It's live. Trust me. No, it's okay. Are you feeling better move my hand here? Yeah, the change making a lot of noise. You know I talk. Shh. Okay. Because I gotta hit C in here. See? You hear us. Are you feeling better move my hand? Yeah, the change.
I don't know just who you are. There's a stranger in my heart to go out to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are. You don't be someone else. He wouldn't touch me like that. He wouldn't treat me like you do. He wouldn't adore me. He wouldn't ignore me. So I'm convinced there's a stranger in my house. Not sure who you are. Don't see the shadow around when you walk. Even no kisses. Goodbye with no words. These walls could talk. They would have nothing to tell. So what could it be? Is there someone imitating me? Could she be taking my place? Look me in the face and tell me that I'm wrong when I say there's a stranger in my house to go out to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are. You're gonna be someone else. 'Cause he wouldn't
Hello, good evening. Thank you all for coming in. If I seem like I'm distracted, it's because I'm on Facebook also. I want to thank you all for coming in and supporting me. And the topic tonight is relationships. Hi, Gigi. How are you today? Thank you for tuning in. I invited a couple of people in because we all are in different relationships, whether it's a relationship with your loved ones, or if you're in a relationship with a significant other, you're in many different relationships. Everything in life is about a relationship. So that's what I want to discuss today. Hi, Mecca. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. Feel free to jump in if you hear something that you might can relate to far as relationships. Once again, I am on Facebook also. All right. Hey Tamika. Hey cousin. Thank you for tuning in. And tonight's topic is relationship. The stress under this pandemic right now of us being confined to the house and not being able to go out. And I don't know about y'all, but I like those little "you look nice today." Oh, what's that smell you got on? When it's coming from another man, it's sort of like flirtation, but not flirtation, but it feels good. And so, not being able to go outside and have none of that and be confined to the house with your significant other 24 hours a day, these past 90 days have been very trying. So, me and him have been going back and forth. Hey, cousin. Me and him have been going back and forth due to the extra time that I want. You know that Geico commercial? I want extra time and I want it now. I want it now. Not all day, every day, but when I want it, I want it. And so, we've been going back and forth with, disagreements. And so, any other time, I can run out. I can either go to my niece's house and stay for a couple of days, or go to my auntie house, or go on vacation, go run down to Atlantic City. But now, I can't do none of those things because the epidemic is serious. And although some people are taking it lightly, and I see a bunch of people out and about and not respecting the curfew, and Juan is not one of them people, and I don't want to be. I want to be here next year this time to do as I please and look back on my memories and appreciate all of that. Um, we're discussing relationship right now under the pandemic, and if you can relate to what I am expressing, please feel free. I would like a bunch of men to jump in. Chiwana, thank you for joining. And so we're discussing relationship and what's going on under the pandemic, and we're finding out more about each other than we ever had, because everything that I have taken lightly in a relationship with my significant other has come to light now. And let me tell you, in these past 90 days, we're in a new relationship. We started dating each other again in these past 90 days. We done broke up like maybe 4 or 5 times. We just been implementing different stuff in our relationship due to this pandemic. And so now I'm asking more questions. And no, ain't neither one of us have no outside time where it take all day, because that's when, if y'all don't know, you young generation, I'm telling y'all, them outside trips, if they take more than 4 to 5 hours, she wanted some time too. Believe me when I tell you. I'm not giving him that much time. But most of the time when he going on those 4 or 5 hours trip during this pandemic, it's because he's going to do maintenance somewhere else. Don't try to be no fool. My mama ain't raised no fool. Okay? But the other part is, if you are in a relationship, marriage and marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. If you are in a relationship, my nephew the other day gave my niece a pedicure. By seeing me, even though you went to sleep, that was not cool. He tried, you know. We as women, we like to feel pampered. You know I do. Hey, Monique. Hey, baby godmother. So I thought that was so beautiful that he took the time out to not only go shop for everything that he needed to give her a pedicure, but he actually did it, and he did it while on live, you know, to show, you know, other men that ain't no shame in his game on how he loved his woman. And so shout out to you, nephew. I appreciate that. Hey, Michelle. Hey, cousin. And so, you know, we all have to make sure that we embrace each other when you're in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, you still must keep this thing tight. Because everybody like to watch a good movie. So that's what I do. Even though I'm not going nowhere, I still do dress up, you know, and I make play dates with him. Most of the time, his play dates is go to sleep when I do make them, but I make play dates because it's still important for us to shower each other with love and gifts and affection. And if you're not covering us with love and affection, guess what? We want attention from somewhere. And when you don't shower us with attention, we go outside the home and another man or woman give us attention. Guess what? Who we paying attention to? Them, because you doing everything wrong. So if you doing everything wrong, guess what? The next man is doing everything right because he don't know your flaws. He don't know your problems. He don't know the situation in which, you know, it took for him to be able to embrace you with, hello, good morning. How you doing? You smell good. You look good. All that is flattering to me. Hey, Zakia. Hey, mommy. Love you too. And so, you know, we have to pay attention to the signs of relationship. Any one of y'all can feel free if y'all want to jump in on the conversation. Hey, Rhonda, being in a relationship under this pandemic of the corona and being in the house 24/7 now with your mate. Some of y'all still are frontliners, so y'all might be working, but to the ones that's in a relationship and not working, let me know how you feel. Share your feelings. I appreciate it. Big factory out of the factory. Right, you know, because where you don't appreciate your man or your woman, the next person is waiting to do so. And these days and time that we're living in, you know, it's hard to find a good man, but it's also hard to find a good woman. And if you got somebody that's showering you with love, showing you love and affection, and know how to cook, clean, tend to the children, maintain the house, do a tune-up on the car, all these things plays a role when you're in a relationship. And don't go blindsided, because going blindsided means that I apologize because I keep looking over here, guys. Like I explained to y'all, I am on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Okay, thank you. So it's nice to get, yes, Gigi. It is when you start a new relationship, because in the beginning of a relationship, everything is beautiful. Don't nothing go wrong. And you just is smiley and giggle and happy, and he content with making you feel good about being smiley and happy. I love the play date idea. It is beautiful. Thank you. Yes, I like to be. Yes, I feel right. Yes. Well, me and my man going through it because I feel like he just care about money when I have money put away for this pandemic, and he needs to spend family time with us. Monique Davis on Facebook said that her man think money is more important than spending time with her and the family. And that's not true. He should make time. And this is where I'm telling y'all, most of us have what's called women intuition. Men have it too, but they don't pay attention to it. Women intuition, I'm gonna give it 6.5, because some women don't pay attention to their intuition too. And they flatter themselves too much not to see the signs that's in front of them. So I said to you, put your foot down, Monique. Tell him that you're important. If you invested in this relationship, and as well as he can do the same thing too. Y'all have to start dating over and bringing back some memories and what's made y'all feel good about laying next to each other, or just spending time with each other. Take a walk around the block together. Tell him, I just said this to Billy. Let's start praying for one another. Let's take time out of our day and let's pray over each other. Because I think if we start our day on praying for one another, God is going to take us through the rest of the journey. So, what you said about praying? Oh, he okay. He said it because I don't like to say what he said until because we have our private conversations. But he said he don't like to pray out loud. He liked to be in a conversation with God one-on-one. But if you're in a relationship and your fiance is asking you to pray together, because like I said, I'm not going to get up here and say, oh, we're perfect. No, we're not. We have issues due to this pandemic, and we had to start dating each other again because it was some riches doing there that was doing our relationship damage. So I came up with the idea to start the relationship over, and we've been doing okay. And we still have some bumps because I'm spoiled. I didn't get here overnight. It took me a lot of hard work to be me. And I do love making everybody else happy. But recently I started wanting to make myself happy. So, excuse me, just as much love as I've been giving everybody else, I want it in return. Or I can give it to myself. You have to express a little more when you say your loss and his loss. If you don't mind elaborating so I can, talk about it. I took a lot of loss also. Prayer, yes, amen. Yes, I try to pray our way through any situation because my thing is, and I say this to him a lot, if your voice elevate, my voice will elevate. If you talk to me, with respect, I'm gonna talk to you respect. And it don't always work like that. Don't, like I said, I am not perfect, but I'm just saying this is some tools that we can all work on in relationship, because the world that we once knew is never going to return. So we need to adapt and get to know each other on the here and now, because the world we once knew it is never going to return. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for coming in to the live. We're talking about relationships and how we're dealing with it, being in the house with our significant other, whether it's your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, I don't know, but we're here to discuss it because it's real right now. And so I said, if you want to elaborate a little bit of your experience right now, you can do so. But even the kids, like I have had to find different things and tools to do with them on an everyday basis because they're 6 and 9 years old, and they don't understand why they can't go outside and why they can't do the things that they used to do and why they can't go back to school. And, I thank God for the Zoom, because the Zoom is actually helping us. And they get to see some of their classmates and talk with them and talk to their teachers. So I appreciate that. But in the meantime, in between time, if mama not together, the whole foundation of the trees is shaking and leaves fall and attitudes come into part with a little bit of all of us. And so that's what I've been dealing with for these past 70 days. I don't even lost track. But I try to, keep it as normal as possible for the children. And I try to tell them, if I'm good, they're going to be good. Because I've committed my teenage life to them, and my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, and I'm in my 50s now. And most of the people that I gave all those years to, I don't even talk to. Half my children, I speak to them, because they're in relationships that don't allow them to be with the family. Or let's talk about that relationship. Your children go out here and get into relationships that's not always the best relationships for them. Hey, cousin, thank you for coming in. And we're discussing relationships, and I would love to have a man opinion on what this pandemic have taken you and your significant other through this whole pandemic. How have your relationship, gotten better, gotten worse? Hey, Rolanda, thank you for coming in, babes. Let's talk about it. I know one thing. The grocery bill is off the chain, right? With everybody, don't eat this, do eat this, allergies, and it's just been real hard. But once again, I have to thank God, because God has not allowed us to want for nothing during this pandemic. When I tell you, they all have a sweet tooth. So the sweets is in here. I could show y'all right now. I had to change shirts like twice for real. Every roll and crinkling was out. And I was mad at Corona. Rolanda said on Facebook, said her relationship has gotten so much better. Congratulations. I'm proud of that, as I know God is too. Thank you for sharing. And I was discussing how me and my fiance have really been going through it, because I'm an emotional person, and I don't know if it has something to do with menopause, but I cry a lot over simple stuff now. I don't know why. My relationship is rocky. Mine too. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling the truth. I'm not going to tell you nothing to sit up here and pacify for a like or a view. I'm speaking the truth. And we were going through it, because we really got to be hovered over each other. Thank God we don't live in a cramped up apartment where as though we're on top of each other. And I try to give them the space as much as possible. I'll go in the front room, or thank God I live in a community where, I have neighbors that I can go out and knock on their door, and we collaborate on what to do today for the kids, and we take them out for walks. And so, his time is his time, my time is my time, and then there's together time, which I'm working on with my teenage kids too, because they just want to continue to be outside like it's not an epidemic that's killing people. We pray together. Joanne on Facebook said, we pray together. Prayer works. I know it do. I'm a living testimony. I'm a look of God. Yes. Anybody want to join in my panel on Facebook or YouTube? Please feel free to come in and comment. And so it's just it's trying to balance this new way of living under the old mentality. And that's how you're going to sum this up. The new way of living and the mentality of thinking from the old people we used to be before the pandemic hit. Gigi from YouTube say menopause cause new and uncomfortable is because it's new to us. Preach about it, my sister. Preach about it. Yes. Menopause. And what I want to say is nobody told us about the effects of menopause, though. Why they just told us it was about hot flashes. So I was like, I can go in the refrigerator. I can get a bag of ice. But when it hit, it gave me all kind of mood swings. And I must say, apologize to my kids and Billy. And anybody outside too. Chef Moore. Theresa. Hi, Chef Moore. Thank you for coming in. Please feel free to communicate about the relationship. We're talking about relationships, how we know it today and what it used to be, and how it has changed over the last 60 days. Basima on Facebook said, our relationship have gotten better. We listen to each other more. We talk and understand each other more. We have really been enjoying each other's and our kids. That's beautiful. Look, you see it made my cheeks go up so high. I'm proud of you guys. Thank you for sharing. That really means much. And that's my little cousin. And they're in the era of 25 to 30 years of age. And they saying that is beautiful, the communication that they have. And I love it. I love it because anything that's worth having is worth working for. If you don't want to work for, anything that's coming to you, nothing in life worth having is going to come to you easy. So, and that means your relationship and in all angles of life, your relationship with your children, your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your neighbors, your relationships. And what I want to say is hats off to you, men and women, because we are in relationships that we weren't taught to be in. The coaching seller. Good point. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing with me and elaborating on what it means to be in this new way of living. I don't have all the tools, but what I can say is I became, in the last 70 days, I became on point nurse, a teacher, a better cook, a better mother, a better lover, a better neighbor. I become better at everything that I used to take for granted. And I thank God for all of it because I pray over every morning. I pray to God for guidance because we are all lost, not knowing what this virus looked like or where it came from or what the antidote is going to be for us returning back out to population. I seen a very disturbing video and people were on the beach. I'm not sure where it was at, but only 10% had on masks. That's disturbing to our population and where we're going from here. Chef Moore. Chef Moore says, been there in all aspects, also being home with each other every day, and it's not easy. Married for 32 years. Dudes, big ups, 32 years. We trying to get there. Congratulations and thank you for sharing because 32 years, that's no little walk in the park. That took a lot of knowing and understanding and forgiving and appreciation and respecting one another boundaries in order to get to 32. That's beautiful. Keep climbing those mountains. Hey, Chance, welcome to my live. Thank you for tuning in. So we're talking about relationships once again. We can talk about this for years because there is no real book of a perfect relationship. People write books about a perfect relationship, but they don't put the back burner of what fails in a relationship. Chef Moore, thank you. It works like everything else. Go ahead, teach us, baby, teach us. We're more than willing to learn. Thank you. But when you talk about relationship, you have to start understanding that. I don't know what song it is, and if one of y'all know what song it is, 50-50, Teddy Pendergrass. I don't think it's 50-50 because at some point, some people in a relationship do 70-80, and then you have those that want you to give. I'm a giver. I'm not a taker. So I don't mind giving more to make you comfortable. But you got to make sure when I need to be comfortable, that I'm comfortable. Chef and Moore, the coaching seller, how are you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, coaching seller, for tuning in. I appreciate it. So yes, the relationship part of the back burner. Hi, Ramona. Thank you for coming in. We're talking about relationships under the pandemic right now and how we can make things better and the ins and out of not being good. 80-20%. That's her title. She's saying 80-20%.
No, 80-20%. Like you say, you give it 80%, the other person 20. She's laughing at you.
No, I don't know. I do. If he'll tell you the truth, I do a lot of the giving. And he's on the receiving end. And sometimes, I'm on the receiving end of the 80% also. Like I said, I'm going to give it to y'all up front. I'm not going to sit up here and make everything like a daisy. No, we have our ups and downs, and this pandemic have really taken us through some trials and tribulations and allowed me to even, grow up on myself because I had to step back and say, he don't deserve this. If I do something wrong to him and I'm asking him, be the same way, and let me know, where my wrongs and indifference are. We all are entitled to our opinion, but it's how we express our opinion. When you learn to love someone, you take all the flaws that came with them. No, and I have some people that get into new relationships and people don't want to be bothered with their children. That's not a relationship. That's beneficial to you. And it's not fair to everything that you already been through. Because when you get in a relationship with someone, you coming in that relationship to help take and relieve some of what they've been through away. That's why you and the person is in a new relationship. When you get into a relationship, the children's part of the deal. If you're not willing to accept the children in a relationship, let that be known up front. And then that is that person's option to want to, continue the relationship or back out of it. But me, I'm going to take the kids, the relationship. I even take the baby mamas because I got to make a better person than they didn't do. I'm going to make him out a better man. And I did that. Thank you. So the baby mamas, I don't have no problems with them. And, we pray over his kids, over my kids. You have to. Because if his kids or his baby mama got a problem, me and him got a problem. It's just that simple. So, could do it to my bonus children. What else? Do anybody want to come up on a panel for a discussion about their relationship or anything that I said? If you want to comment, please feel free to do so. Most people, hey sister, thank you for tuning in. I dropped the link for anybody that want to come in. Please feel free to share, like, and subscribe to my page. We're discussing relationships right now and what your relationship is under the pandemic right now. Some people say that their relationship have gotten better since the pandemic. Some people say that, they're going through the ups and downs. But I want to discuss it because a lot of us are in these homes and we're afraid to tell people that we're going through ups and downs with our significant other. No, go ahead. Express yourself. But here, or some of y'all can feel free. Y'all have my numbers that's on Facebook. Y'all can feel free to call me. This is a very trying time. And Wednesday, I will be taking training to become a volunteer for coaching some people through the pandemic because it's very stressful right now. And so Friday, we're going to launch the opening of the hotline for the stress line. You know, people are going through it. Some people are by themselves, you know, and before we even got into the pandemic, we were already stressed out from other things, angles in life, or dealing with a lot of things. Might not be stressed, but we was covering already some things that was going on in our lives before this pandemic. And then one day we just couldn't step outside. That's stressful. That is undergoing a lot of stress. Some people lost their jobs. Hey, cousin, thank you for tuning in. Some people lost their jobs. Some people were scheduled for surgery. Some people was going to the psychiatry like once or twice a week. Some people was scheduled for abortions. Some people, it's just a lot. Nothing go underline when it comes to this pandemic, because a lot of people was already going through crisis before this pandemic came. So don't feel like you by yourself. Like I said, my life is not perfect. And I get to argue with Billy like on an everyday basis. Father God, protect them. But then we have those days when things is smooth and we happy to be a family. You know, nothing in this world is perfect. And if you do have it perfect, please share. But loving someone when you're not true to loving you, I don't know. I wasn't taught how to love myself. Matter of fact, because my mother wasn't taught how to love herself, I ran the course of, you know, creating some of the problems that's in my life. My mother was so hurt, filled with hurt, that her men, some of her men was very abusive to her. And at an early age, we was helping her cover up black eyes. And so we had those images in our lives. And so when we grew up so independent until we didn't want no man to pay our bills. We didn't want no man to take over our homes. And we didn't want. So we started going pretty much looking for, not for a strong man, but a man that, I don't know, that we intimidated, if I must say. We intimidated and loved him at the same time. If that's the right thing to say. I don't know, but I know that being a witness to my mom abuse at a very early age allowed me to not want to allow a man to fully take control over my life. And so I can say that God walked me through so much in my lifetime until I really never wanted nothing, because I was always afraid of somebody taking total control, because my mother let her men do so. And so, you know, that brought a lot of pain and hurt into me and my siblings. They might not want to share, but I'm going to be truthful with myself. Because being truthful with me means that I'm a better mother, a better grandmother, a better lover. Like, I'm a better person. So I'm not holding on to the luggage of what was and what happened. Okay, I have been happy. You clicked it, I couldn't see it. Who said it? The coaching seller. And I have been, she been talking to Paula John. Paula Joe. On the side, Billy is teaching me a lot about YouTube. It's different from Facebook, but I love to communicate with both you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Would anyone like to share on You're Healing Me Too? Oh, sister, I love you. My sister Ellen on Facebook say I am healing her too. And this is a process that we all can go through together. You know, we can lean on each other. We was taught, and this is a myth that I hate. And I don't even really like saying hate, but this one I really hate. The myth of what goes on in my house stays in my house. We grew up on that because the master had did so much to our ancestors, so they couldn't talk about what was happening. And then our grandmother and our great grandmother, they just took on what the master did to us and triggered it on down to us. No, what goes on in the house? No, that's not true. If it's something that's hurting you or going on bad in there, talk about it. Get some help. Don't live until you're 30, 40, 50 years old and got all that animosity and pain inside you. That's another relationship that you need to build with yourself. And if you did endure some of this pain early on in life, what are you doing about it to trigger down to your children and down to your grandchildren? Because I'm going to say it. I had a shirt on before I changed, and it said, strong woman raising strong children. In a sense, I raised them to be strong, the independent part. But I weakened them. I did them a lot of wrong. Whereas though they hold on to the pain and they don't know how to release it. Thank you, daughter. Hey, baby. They don't know how to release it. So they're holding on to it and they're battering and arguing with themselves for a better day. Not a better relationship, not a better future, but a better day than they had yesterday. And I'm trying to work on it and show them that, you know, it's growth. It's growth. Every day that we live is another day that we live to get it right. God has given us another chance. So don't stop beating yourself up for what didn't happen or what did happen or what occurred. Look, just be a better you today. This pandemic has taught all of us something different in our own way. Me, like I said, I'm a giver. So I've been making little packages for people that come and say, can they get $5 to go get some bread? I've been making little packages. Shout out to the Hub. Shout out to Markeisha from Newark Emergency, Robin, Handel, everyone, the Black Panthers. They've been coming through and bringing packs. Shout out to the mayor for calling and making his support team come up here and go to all the seniors and make sure they have day food. And, you know, Newark is different. I must say that. Shout out to wherever y'all from, but I'm going to shout out Newark because Newark is different. I love Newark. Hey, Dad. How you doing? I love you. Thank you for tuning in. We all strong. That's right. We're built for this, but we're built to be empty. Let's empty ourselves out of all the emotions. Let me start by saying this. I'm going to empty myself out right here in front of you guys. Some might be opinionated and some know that I don't mind their opinion. And yes, Newark strong. And but I emptied out a lot of pain that I endured, during my life. With the molestation, with the domestic violence, with the neglect and abuse from my own family. A lot of luggage that my mom carried over, from generation to generation trickled down to me. And I was a very depressed teenager that grew up to be a very depressed woman. And I brought some of those infections into my relationship. And thank God that he was willing to still deal with me all them babies, my crazy family, and his life. Billy, here's your award. Because I'm a handful. I am. By the way, I'm a Capricorn. But I just want to. Oh, thank you, Dad. That's my mother from my angel from God. So proud of you, she said. Thank you. I just want to just let people know that they're not alone. You know, most of us hold on to that thing called pride. And I know, and I say this in a couple of videos because pride will deprive us all of a lot. And we have to let pride go because pride don't pay our rent. Pride don't raise our children. Pride don't keep a roof over our head. But pride will deprive us and make us depressed, where we'll continue to suppress the depression that we was in. This pandemic it's not made for us. We used to look around and everybody that was living in the mansion and the yachts and on TV, we thought they was living the American dream. Who said what the American dream is? Why you can't live your best American dream? Just be happy. Take the pain out of your life. Stop being depressed. Because once you relieve some of that depression, because don't get me wrong, I love crying now. I'll cry because a good cry can lead to a nice little cocktail sometimes. I get my cocktail, a good cry, and then I share my feelings with them. I let them all know. Thank you all for tuning in once again. I would like to say thank y'all for coming and tuning in to my live. The topic today is relationships. How is you handling multiple relationships during this pandemic? Is your relationship with your significant other gotten better? Or have it gotten worse? Or has the relationship between you and your children, do you talk to people more now or less? Or are you one of those people that close yourself in and you just work, not understanding that the life that we knew, that we once knew before they closed the world down, in one day will no longer exist? Are y'all preparing yourself to get ready? Or will we just stand by and wait? Hey, Keisha, thank you. Hey, daughter. Hey, Miller. Or will we just stand by and wait until the president tell us that it's okay to do this? How about some of us get a business started together? We can do that. Y'all know that? We have the strength in numbers. We just have to know and come together and do it with each other. But y'all are capable. Each and every one of y'all that's on YouTube and Facebook are capable of overcoming this and doing what we need to do to better ourselves and leave a legacy for our children and for our families. We have so many that very disturbing. I seen somebody put a picture up of those 18-wheeler trucks. I used to look at a tractor trailer and say, yes, look at my black brother or my black sister driving it. But when somebody put that picture up and said down there on Overturning Boulevard that it was filled with bodies, that hurt my soul. It really hurt me. Even if I didn't know the person that somebody had put in Newark Fallen Soldiers, even if I didn't know them, I still was hurting for their family, their loved ones. Because at the end of the day, that's somebody's loved one that's no longer here. It's not like they took a trip and they coming back, or they're in the hospital or they coming back. They're not here. Somebody's grandchild is not going to be able to tell them, Grandma, I love you again. Somebody's husband is not going to be able to tell their wife, I love you again. Somebody's children is not going to be able to tell their mother, I love you again. Somebody's son not going to be able to call his father and say, I'm getting married. Somebody laying in those 18-wheeler trailers that's sitting down there is no longer coming back. But we're still here. We're still here. We're able to tell our children, Mommy, I love you. That feels good to my soul. I'm here. I love y'all. Some people say, how can you have a relationship with people you never met? Because guess what? You up here, you supporting me, and you know me, and I met you, and I got history with you, but you won't support me. That's how I can love you, and that's how I can love y'all. Because at the end of the day, God loves us all in our imperfections. Nobody is perfect. So stop letting people's opinion of you hurt you. I had to learn this. I was so big on being somebody's daughter, somebody's granddaughter, somebody's aunt, somebody's mother, somebody's neighbor, somebody, until I had to look in the mirror and say, who are you to you? And I think as parents, we have, it's our right to pass down to our grandchildren. Because our children, well, my children are grown already. They're grown, but we owe it to the grandbabies to let them know self-worth, self-love, to appreciate. If you had 5 tickets to someone that graduated this year, 5 tickets to someone that graduated from high school or college this year, or to see your grandbaby walk across that stage, you only had 5 tickets. But when you came back from that graduation and your backyard was filled with family and friends, those are the people you start appreciating. Everybody always family first, family first. Family the ones that don't support you as much. And I'm not saying everybody family, but we all know that, when it comes down to support, it's mostly the people that don't know you that support you. They can know your history and your past, but family hold on to grudges. Oh, she wasn't there. She ain't come to my baby shower. Oh, she ain't come to my wedding. Those are the first thing family find excuses for not to support you. And we really have to start looking at, love those who love you. But at the end of the day, learn to love yourself enough to walk away from what's damaging to you and the next generation. Do not continue to allow your children to be infected by what infected you. At some point, we owe it to them to give them better. We have to do better, guys. Hey, Key, I ain't seen you in a minute. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. The topic is relationships. Has the pandemic affected your relationship better or worse? Right, cousin? Thank you. Love you too, cousin. Because at the end of the day, when we come out of this pandemic, we're not going back to the world that we once knew it. I promise you, a lot of people are going to be counseling after this pandemic. They are throwing bodies in a freezer like we throw meat. You don't get to say goodbye. A lot of people are going to be damaged by this pandemic. And we still don't know what it looked like. We still don't know how the infection got here. Everybody is in the house. From the people that got money to the people that's waiting to get money. Like, we just all here waiting for what? And then to the people that saying, I can't wait till it to be over. Where you going? Where the infection at? No. We have to wait it out. I'm not taking no trip for at least 5-6 months. Let the people that's in a hurry go and we'll see how many of them die. Then I'll see if, Lysol really work. I'm going to sit right here. I'm okay. Thank you, God, for everything that you have given us. Us, meaning you, me, you, Facebook, YouTube, all of us that's in here. Thank you, God, for everything that you've given us. Like I said, I have not lost a pound. And I'm not going on nobody diet up here. Everybody running to get on the treadmill and do this. We can walk around the park. We ain't gotta go join nothing. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate this. I like this topic because it's the truth. Yes, Miller, your love that you showing your mother, girl. I almost wanted to adopt you, but you my cousin. You already in my family. Hey, Tony, thank you for coming in. Trisha, check the stove. Thank you for coming in. We are discussing relationship. Has the pandemic been good to your relationship? Are you and your significant other arguing or have it made it better? You know. Hey, Dot, love you, cousin. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, we're talking about relationships with your children, your neighbors, your lover. Relationship is all around. You can't really put a cap on relationship because everything in life is about relationships. The crochet seller. Good night, Mother Theresa and chat. May God bless you. Same to you. God bless you too. I'm praying for us all. And I'm just to capitalize on a couple of things that I hit notes on. Me and my significant other, we have been on top of each other for the last 70 days. And it's really been trying because I want attention. He want to do what he want to do. Then the kids want us to do what they want us to do. And then we still have to be parents and be in control of the bills, the grocery runs, and, the things that's necessarily needed. If you a parent right now, hey, Des, thank you. Hey, Paul. Hey, cousin. Thank y'all for tuning in. Right now, these are some trying times. And everybody don't have it all together. Like I said, some people was already under stress before this pandemic came, and they just made us go in the house one day and we weren't able to come out. We had to get used to the new way of living, and people are dropping all around us and we're not able to properly bury them. You go into the grocery store and you have to stand outside an hour or two before you get in. All these are concerns right now of all of us. So once all of us know better, we do better. And so the topic is, how do we get ready for when they say they open it back up? Because right now they opening up back things that I don't want to go to right now. Everything that show you, and it's not like we live in a world back in the 70s and 60s where you don't have TV and social media telling y'all that if you go out there, you're gonna die. So on one hand, you got the mayor saying, yeah, because if you we have a gag that said you can't go out after 8 o'clock. So what made you just overnight say you're gonna open this back up without giving us, when you go purchase pot sets, TVs, or anything, it comes with instructions. Why y'all not giving us no instructions? Y'all telling us it's okay. Y'all opening up certain things, but you're not giving us the instructions on how to. You gonna give us the same notion? Oh, put the mask on. Oh, wear gloves. Get the hand sanitizers. Y'all done made billions off of us. We bought all that, and we're still continuing to buy all that. What is the next instruction that you're gonna tell us to do? No. Black people, wake up. We're living in a time where social media, we can Google. Let's Google some things and do some things different. Let's not let the white man trap us. Let's not let them send us back out into society where another 100,000. What the president say? I'm projecting that 100,000 people gonna die. Oh, that's cousin Paul up here. I thought that was Uncle Paul. That's cousin Paul. Hey, cousin. Yeah, we have to do better. When we know better, we do better. And right now is, if you ain't never paid attention to what your ancestors taught you, and y'all know my grandmother, they can talk. We're still living on the prayers of our grandmothers, whether y'all know it or not. It was their prayers that got us where we are today. Don't never be fooled by all the technology and things that's going on. in advance what our grandparents taught us, but their prayers got us where we at. And so don't take it for granted. Don't take nothing for granted. Talk more right now to, your loved ones, because you just never know. And then on top of it, I have to touch bases with this too. If they follow what they said do, they said stay in the house. If we stay in the house, our murder rate, I promise you, our murder rate will be down if we stay in the house. Why are we still in the street? Why are we still murdering each other? Please tell me why. Because you're not even supposed to be outside. If you wasn't outside, you wouldn't be dead. But yet, we still have body counts, which is sad, which is very sad. Gigi, good night. Thank you for tuning in. Oh no, she's saying good night, right? Oh, Joe, I apologize. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Like I said, I'm on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, we're discussing relationship and how the relationship and pandemic has affected your relationship, whether it's with your significant other, your children, your neighbors, your family in general. I will be doing my first Zoom. Oh no, I did a Zoom actually on Mother's Day with my family. I suggest everybody try it. If you're missing your loved ones, please feel free to go try that Zoom. I had fun with them. We even had a DJ, everything. So shout out to my family. Love y'all. But yes, definitely do the Zoom thing so you can see some of your loved ones. And this time, I know, like my family, we have them spread it out all over. So it felt good to do the Zoom and to see everybody. Yes. So if anybody want to elaborate on how good or the struggle of being confined to the house without going to the gym, without going to work, the long lines, how has the pandemic been good or bad to you? Well, it's been good to you. I've been seeing some of the meals you've been cooking up. But yes, it's been very strenuous on my family. They all can relate. I ain't gonna let them elaborate on what it's been, but it's like I'm telling y'all the truth. It's been a little stressful. Okay, all right, but yes, I thank you. I want to ask for the men that's up here. The women, if you want to, you can feel free to jump in too. But men, what are some of the ways to make your significant other comfortable in a relationship? Raymond, Paul, Tony, any one of y'all want to elaborate on some of the things that you have done to make your woman feel good in your relationship? Oh, now the cat got all y'all tongue. Ladies, what are some of the ways through your relationship that you have made through this pandemic that you have made your significant other comfortable? Like I told you, me and Billy, we done broke up, started dating, broke up, started dating. I don't know what's the song. Make up to break up. I'm gonna leave the singing to them, but that song, I like breaking up and making up. Yeah, I don't know which one is better, but I like it. So with that being said, if no one want to share or elaborate on some of the good things or bad things, doing this bad thing. Let me shout out to my little cousin Basima, because she said it's been great being locked down with her husband, because they have really been communicating with them and the kids better.
Gigi said she gave her husband a weekly haircut.
Oh, thank you, Gigi on YouTube. My sister from YouTube said, I'm giving my husband a weekly haircut. Billy don't want me to give him a haircut. I asked him to let me get him a haircut. Nope. Because he got a little rough on the edge. And instead of looking like my man, I was about to roll him into the retirement home. He looked a little rough. Okay. My cousin Raymond said, communication is important. If your significant other is doing an action that make you feel some kind of way, I think it's important to let it be known and discuss it in the communication process. Okay. I do big up Raymond, and you can tell we in the same era, because communication is, I lie to you not, if I could have a bell that click how many times I communicate and let him know about things that's not right, I probably get an Oscar, because I don't chill nothing. Like, I'm 53 years old. There's no need for me to hover and sit up here like I'm 16 years old and wait for a wish that you're gonna do something to me that I want you to. No. Either we're in a relationship for a long journey, or it's not working. We're not gonna sit around here and play cat and mouse, because I don't want to be caught. I'm already caught. So either you're in a relationship for a commitment and it's working for you, or you don't want to be in a commitment. Either way, let me know. Hello, knock on the door. There's no stop sign. But yes, once you hit a certain age in life, I think communication should be communication in all relationships. Whether it's with your significant other, your children, whatever it is, communication is a thumbs up and a big factor. Because when you lose communication, you somewhat lose respect. And once you lose respect, you break boundaries that you're not supposed to. And you go knocking on other doors that might open. So you have to have that communication. Most people in relationship don't understand that you're supposed to love their souls, not just their physical appearance. Some people get into relationship because of the physical appearance. That's not me and Billy's case. I never, his outer look never was like, that's not what attracted me. The fact that he was a caring man, and that, he sat down and I was able to talk to him and he would listen. That's another big factor. Anybody that want to keep on shutting you up and don't want to listen to you to get their point across might not be the person for you. Because anybody that love you gonna want to hear what's inside of you. Because what's inside of you is what's gonna make you teach them how to love you. Do not accept nothing less. Hey, daughter. Hey, Faith. Learning to love somebody that love you for you, they're teaching you how to love them also. Because if they properly loving you, they're not going to worry about you not loving them. Shawana, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Enjoy dinner. And so, if I can leave y'all with anything, I want y'all to understand that loving other people is a given, but allowing them to love you back is a must. Don't sit around wanting and procrastinating with time, because time is not on your side. That's the most valuable thing that you own in this lifetime. So make sure that you surround yourself with people that's going to love and support you. Make sure the people that you given to in a time of need, in a time of your need, is willing to give back to you. I can't tell you how many baby shower, birthday parties, weddings, and everything that I went to, and not one of them will call me on my birthday and say happy birthday. Facebook have come to be the new gift. So I'm going to do the same thing everybody else doing. Facebook gift. No, but seriously, guys, I want you all to understand that your life matter, and we are marrying people at a rapid pace. We're not even marrying them no more. They're doing it for free. And even the funeral parlors, that's another thing too. The funeral parlors, how you gonna say you can do it, but it's gonna cost you extra money? Like, people are so heartless, but God gonna get them. Yeah, just stock up. Don't, just because they say they opening up the world too, guys. Don't be fooled. Make sure you keep extra water. Make sure you get tuna fish. Make sure you get canned goods. Make sure you get batteries. Make sure you got flashlight. Make sure you got candles. Make sure you good. What if they say you can't go out the house for the next 30 days? Will you make it? Can you make it? That's something to sit back. That's what you do. Use this time to start focus on not the complaining part of life. Because I see so many people keep up here complaining while people is laying in a freezer. And you study complaining. Be thankful. God spared your life. Hey, Pookie. Hey, sister. Long time no see. Thank you for tuning in. I'm doing a live on relationships. Relationships with your significant other, your children, your family, your friends, your neighbors. How has the pandemic affected your relationship? But I also want, hey, Rhonda, thank you for tuning in, cousin. The topic is relationships. And how has it affected you during this pandemic? If for nothing, it really have taught me to know me. I sit in this front room and I analyze a lot. I think a lot. I want a lot. But and I sit up here and I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I'm not perfect. Neither is my relationship with my children, my grandchildren. No, my if anybody get a 70 or 80% right now is my grandchildren. 70% of my relationship with my grandchildren is on point. I got a couple of them that they need a little more communicating with me, but it's okay. We're gonna get there. And just sometimes sit back. I burn my sage. I love you too, cousin. I burn my sage and candles and stuff, and I just sit back. What will the people that love you life be like if you was one of the people laying in that freezer? Will they survive? Will they be emotionally ready? Can they do this? We have to sit down and start thinking about it. Thank you, Gigi. She said, praying for our country and our world. We really have to. It's not about a Newark, North Carolina, Chicago, like we all gotta pray for one another because we all in this together. Because what one state overcome and get to do, the next state can adapt. But we have to have the information pack. We have to know what the tools take. My cousin on Facebook said, Rhonda said, I had to learn to be more patient. Thank you, God. I'm thankful to God that He allowed you to understand that patience is a virtue. It took me a long time to learn that too. It wasn't until I was somebody's grandmother that I really learned it. My cousin said, Me and my wife love to go to the Players Bowl together and enjoy a fruit bowl. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful date. See, where we got it twisted is that people think that you got to take hundreds and thousands of dollars to do something to show one another love. And me and him, we go Stone Cone. We like to go to Stone Cones. We like to go to Readers and just get an ice cream and just sit out there in certain neighborhoods, not in Newark. But don't get me wrong, I love Newark. But we go up to South Orange and we go sit down and have Stone Cone and have ice cream and we sit there and we talk and just look around. Oh, I apologize. But I'm just thankful that I'm even comfortable in my skin enough to share these different things with y'all because it's our real life, it's our everyday life. But I don't want y'all to get too comfortable with being inside that we feel like a gorilla when they open up the doors and just run, and then we die. No, it took me being in that bed for almost 6 weeks to understand it. Right. 6 weeks. 6 weeks of what? Not wanting to depend on other people, but praying at the same time that you able to get up out that bed and be who you was. You're not going to be who you was again, cousin. But at the end of the day, you can be a better you because God allowed you to get out that bed, right? It's okay. We have to take baby steps and being a new person. Yes, cousin, it's the little things that we really specify in relationships, whether good or bad. Right, good or bad and indifference. It's still a different way of living for us. And we have to start challenging ourselves. Who said that we can't challenge ourselves? What I want y'all all to do is I want y'all all to start doing good and bad criticism. So yeah, we have to start, understanding that somebody's saying something bad to us. Take the good out of it. Take the good out of being bad and analyze it yourself. Yes, cousin, it's the little things that are really significant in a relationship. Okay, my sister Pookie said, "So proud of you and the woman you have become. My relationship is based on my relationship with God. I care more and pray for people in my life and my friends, and through it's got a long one. Oh, I don't know where it went. In life and friends, even though I have never met them." That's right. I pray for people when somebody say somebody died. I say, Father God, could you give them the strength, to endure the pain that they're not even aware that they're about to, go through the mourning process. I ask God to give them the strength because I do know what I endured when I lost so many people. I was devastated, but at the end of the day, God brought me through, and I promise you, anything that God brings you to, He's gonna bring you through. But you gotta have the faith, because so many of us will sit up here and say, "God, can you help me?" But then we'll go right back in touch and start worrying about, "Oh God, oh God." Then you just release it to Him. If you put it in something for God to handle box, do not go back and touch it. Pray for it, pray upon it, and release it. We rub each other down with rubbing alcohol, green bottle after we shower. It feels good. You and Billy should try it, okay? Thank you, cousin. I love y'all honesty. And yes, and that's probably why y'all making it how far y'all have made it, because y'all do the little thing. I ain't even gonna lie. Billy we do icy hot, okay, by the way. When you get up there a little older age, you'll understand me. But icy hot gives you a little more movement when I used to like pop, lock it, and drop it. I don't do all that now. I can do a little rock, but two-step or a TikTok. But things change, and that's gonna be probably my next live on understanding the change and the things that we endure and go through in life. You know, we all see life as a time clock. What if your whole life was in that time clock? What if you had to live your life in those 24 hours that you get in the course of a day? Would you still, misuse time? Would you still be judgmental of people? Would you love harder? Would you hate harder? What are some of the things that you would do? Thank you, Mike. Open that one. You know, what are some of the things you would do if you knew in that, excuse me, y'all, why would you leave the top on? Those are some of the things that we got to get better at. Oh, no, let me put that down. But, yes, definitely do work, on understanding each other. Learning patience, even if you have to start with just meditating a little bit. Meditate. Pray over yourself. Burn a candle and just sit there for an hour. If you can sit and burn your candle or your sage and just listen to some music by yourself. Learn to start appreciating who you are. And then you're going to open up the door to other people loving and learning how to treat you. Because you hold the tools to whether people respect you, love you the right way. Most of us don't even know how to love ourselves the right way. That's why we let everybody else hurt us. With that being said, I want to say thank you, guys. I appreciate each and every one of y'all being here. It's been real. And some of y'all that feel like y'all going through, Monique Davis, give me a call after the live is over. Reach out to me. Cousin Raymond, reach out to me. Chef and Moore, thank you for coming by. Gigi, thank you for coming by. Thank you to everyone that came by. I really appreciate you guys coming in and spending your time with me. Until next time, be blessed. That's all. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. I love y'all.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting in. I knock on the door. A voice, sweet and low, says, she opened up the door and let me in. Never once did she say, where have you been? She said, are you hungry, honey? Did you eat? Yeah. Let me hang up your coat. The woman tell me, pass me your hat. All the time she's smiling, never raises the voice. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I won't give it a second thought. It's a thin line between love and hate. Don't think you can keep breaking your woman's heart. Between love and hate. And she'll sit back and enjoy it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Between love and hate. The sweetest woman in the world could be the meanest woman in the world. Here I am laid in the hospital, bandaged from feet to head, in a state of shock, just that much for being dead. I didn't think my woman would do something like this to me. Didn't think my girl had the nerve. Here I am. I guess action speaks louder than words. It's a thin line between love and hate. Don't think you can keep treating your woman bad. Between love and hate, she won't ever get mad. It's a thin line. Yes, it is. Between love and hate, she's gonna fool you one day. It's a thin line.